Hey all, it's Toad here, back in action as time permits. It is good to be back recording. I have not done this in a very long time, so you're going to have to bear with me as I try to reacclimate. But life has been, life. And it has been occupying most of my time, so I've not been able to do some of the things that I want to do, like record and maybe give some people some giggles here and there. And maybe not. But anyway, this is a game called Portal Knights. By the way, I'm going to apologize for the background noise that you hear. That is my air conditioner. It has been blazingly hot the last month or so. It's not quite as bad right now as it has been. For a while we had some, let's see, the actual temperature was something around 98 to 100 degrees, and the heat index was 120 to 132 degrees at one point that I saw. And yeah, that's just no fun. So the noise that you can hear in the background is my air conditioner. And yeah, I'm sorry that it's a little loud, but hey, it's hot. I'm not turning that thing off. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at Portal Knights. Just the character that I've already got. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of a place that I've got, just to show off a specific stone type, because I think it's absolutely beautiful. I came across this in an event on one of the islands that you're able to go to, and so I figured I'd build a place, see what I can come up with, and see what it looked like altogether, because this ended up as a giant sphere up in the air. And so I mined all of that out, and there was never any big continuous spot of it. So now, as you can see, this is polished marble, or I'm sorry, refined marble blocks, and this stuff looks gorgeous, as you can see. It's got a nice shine to it, reflects everything, and that's partly just the game mechanics that it can reflect so well. But yeah, just everything about this game is so pretty, but especially these blocks. I just love them to death. Anyway, this is the latest patch. They've gone ahead and updated the worlds so that one of the major complaints about the game was that the islands were pretty small, so it wasn't too hard to find your way all the way across it. Depending on how busy you were, you could actually mine out all of the resources and just leave kind of a husk. And yeah, it didn't quite have the variety that a lot of people were looking for, just because the arenas were so small. But now what they've done with this latest patch from up to 0.5.2, they have made it so that, let's see, I'm trying to do this correctly here. So create a new universe, you can name it whatever you want, and now you have three options. You can do small, which I think was the original, then medium is slightly bigger, and then large, of course, is huge. And with that, you can do quite a few things. So let me just show you this, for example. With that last one, If you rewind back, you can see how it just went way off into the distance. I was pretty much on one side. Whereas this one, you can see the entire thing from right here. That is the entire island. So if you rewind back, you can check and see it. Actually, let's just go ahead and look at it real quick. Then we'll get into some actual gameplay. As you can see with that one, I haven't gotten too far on that one. And I'm using one of my other character names. So, congratulations, you know one of my alternate identities. But that's okay. That is okay. So when we get in here, we'll be able to see all of this stuff. Then I'll go ahead and create a new character, and you can see some of the core mechanics. You may have seen them from other channels, but I'm going to show them to you anyway, because that's what I want to do, because I'm a jerk like that. Okay, so let's see if I come up here. We look over there. This is on the large island. You can see that it just goes on and on and on. And we'll do a little bit of exploration here. Get my trusty sword out because I decided to go with a sword guy. So now we're a little more towards the middle. Melee guy, that's what I was trying to think of. So we're a little more towards the middle, and you can see that this just goes on for a good distance all around. I mean, each island that you come to subsequently is right about as big. The advantage to that is that there's a lot more to explore. Disadvantage being that if you're having trouble finding the portals, then you have a whole lot more area to try and find it at. It's just it's a trade-off, but it's I think it's a good trade-off. Let's see. Let's go back to the title screen here, and we'll create a new character. So we'll be a guy. Let's go for a mage this time. I don't know anything about the mage because I've never played it. I have played the warrior. And I have a bow on my warrior, so I haven't exactly played the ranger, but I've got a good idea of what that's like. But the mage, that is entirely new to me, so come in here. Yeah, can change gears. Very cool. Eye shape. Okay, we're gonna... Alright, well, whatever. Let's just do some random stuff here and see what we come up with. Find something that's the Fu Manchu with the mohawk. Oh, jeez, that's a mess. Well, okay, the buck teeth. That's pretty awesome. Let's see here. Let's just give it a few more tries, and we'll stick with whatever comes up. Well, I don't know. She's looking pretty scary. She might just scare the monsters away. Oh, yes, we absolutely have to have this. Let's see, what can we do about... No, that's hair color. Oh, it's even got the mutton chops. Alrighty, let's see, ears. Oh, I'm disappointed you can't do any bizarre colors, like if I wanted to go green or something, make myself the Hulk. Well, let's see. Let's go with this kind of chalky color because, well, let's see. It looks more intimidating with that. There we go. That looks a little more intimidating. Let's go here. Now we'll go with something a little more familiar. Let's see. Thunder Toad. Create. And make a new universe. We'll call this one, let's see, we have Starfruit, Peach. So what do we want to do with this one? Something fruit related, perhaps? Papaya. Let's go with that one. Then we'll go large. Yes, well, fortunately I do have a powerful system. So we'll just go ahead and do this. So let's get that generating. In the meantime, okay, this is new since the patch. In the forgotten days, the world was peaceful and whole, but the fracture arrived and tore the realm apart. Now the only connection between the disparate lands are the ancient portals, and they are guarded by covetous fiends who thrive in the darkness. The world awaits heroes who will restore light to the portals and reunite the peaceful realm. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That wasn't there before. I mean, I haven't been playing for a huge amount of time, but last two times I created worlds, because I've only got the two, that did not happen, so that is another addition with this latest patch. And I must say I approve. It really sets the mood. It actually gives you a storyline instead of just the world has been blown apart for some reason. Nobody knows why, but you just run around and kill monsters and eventually kill bosses. Why that is? Nobody knows. Okay, so put this over here where it normally is. For me, anyway. So put that on there. Keep this over here. Put that there. And let's see. Okay. So you start out here at the portal, of course. Read the sign. Brave portal knights use portals to travel to distant locations. Fallen portal knights are revived at the landing. Good to know. These little islands up here, these have also been added recently with this patch because it didn't used to be there. They are a nice little touch. I did actually try building out to one of them, but it's just random things. I think symbolically it's supposed to be like this right here. It's not attached, but I think symbolically it just represents all the other lands that are out there, the other islands that you discover, and how they might appear out in the wild. So, gather some resources here. So with these, then we can, let's see, put this here, that there, get these out of the way. But we can gather some resources with these things, and they will have different things that you can do with them. It's very Minecrafty. It's not entirely like it, but it is pretty darn close in some ways. And that's actually part of why I decided to play this, because when I first started, let's see, not there. I came to the Minecraft thing really late. A friend of mine had gotten me to try it on his computer. I went, played it for just a few minutes, ended up in creative mode, so I had no idea what the point was. Found that I could break blocks in one hit and put down whatever blocks I wanted, thought it was dumb, and never went back to it. Fast forward a couple of years, same friend got me into a game called Terraria. So he, myself, and my wife, we just played the snot out of that game. I have something in the neighborhood of 500 hours in it, and that's... I don't think that's quite accurate. It's I want to say it's a lot more than that. Let's see, where is... Gather these. Oh, hey, there we go. Making some headway here. We've got the practice arena. Shows you how to lock onto things. Anyway, I just loved Terraria so much that, and I'd been hearing people making comparisons saying, well, Terraria is just a 2D Minecraft, so I thought, well, I really enjoyed this game, so maybe we should give that another try. So, went back to it, gave it another try, got my wife to look at it, and a couple days later, I went out and bought a couple of cards. Where is the house? Where's the portal? Well, let's just knock down some trees while we're going. Excuse me. And let's get some cotton here because we need that to make torches. Excuse me. Oh, those things. Edible. Anyway, I thought maybe there's actually something to that, and by then they'd already patched up a lot of stuff into Minecraft, and then there was all the mods and everything, and I just got sucked hook, line, and sinker into that as well. So we've been playing that off and on for years now, and so when this came out, it looked interesting. Wow, this spawn is pretty sad. But at least it's a ranged attack, so I can kind of work with it. Let's see, so we've got the movement types here. You can dodge roll. I'm playing with the keyboard, so I might be making it a little more difficult for myself than I need to get, whoops. Well, okay, so I got a shard. Not exactly what I was looking to do, but hey, that's good. So, yeah, I got sucked into that, and then I see this, and looks very much like it. And I watched somebody else play it for a bit, and I just thought, oh my god, that looks wonderful. It's already really pretty, so you don't have to use resource packs to make it not look awful. The breadth of items that you can and will build eventually is pretty nice. You can actually do furniture right off the bat instead of having to get a mod for that. And yeah, it is just all around a very, very good game already, and it's only in development right now. I mean, you can see I've got the settings maxed, and we're recording here. And you can see there's just hardly a skip. Oh yeah, the mine here. Get in behind here. There is these chests that have various items that you can pick up. Some of them are more worthwhile than others. Let's see, I do need stone so I can make some sharpening. So I can craft some sharpening stones, so we'll do that right now. Is craft what I have. Put that there. Put this. Oh, let's come out here. Get the water up. Okay. Alright, so there is item maintenance that you have to do with durability and whatnot. And here's our first portal. So what we need to do, it's already got 2 of the blocks in there, which is handy because it didn't used to have... Oh, hey, there's the house. Awesome. So, we have that, and then we have to go out and kill monsters and or dig things up to make more portal stones. So, let's go here. Through the 2 portal stones. So we put them in like so, and like so. So we need 2 more portal stones. So I either need to go out and just do a bunch of digging and hope I get them, or start killing off some slimes. It's starting to get dark here, so there's going to be some other baddies that come up. Is this guy an Olympic long jumper? So, get this. Thank you very much. Got my experience. Hopefully, the health regenerates back over time, which it's slowly starting to do, so that's a good thing. Well, let's see. We'll go past here. Do we have enough to do that? No, not quite. Need one more shard. So what I like about this game is that every level is just procedurally generated, and things are just thrown in at random. So you never know exactly what you're going to find on each island. I have had the experience where one of the portals, because you can have 1 to 3 portals on each island, at least that's what I've seen so far. And sometimes the 2nd or 3rd portal might actually be buried way underground, so you have to look for something kind of like this, where you can see that there's other levels down there. Let's see if we can get down there, show that to you. I don't have any torches. I may be screwing myself here. Oh, no fall damage. That's always a good thing too. Ah, so we actually have several rooms in the dungeon on this level. Excellent. So anyway, portal could well be down in one of these areas, and you just don't know until you actually get a chance to go to them. find some of these areas, dig around. Hopefully you come across it. For now I'm stuck. Let's just do this. We'll port back up here and try and figure out where there it is. Where the portal is, and we'll just kill this line, see if we can get another shard. Or not. Alright, that's fine. Huh, okay. Apparently my wand is effective at digging. Who knew? So what does it do? Plants. No, doesn't really do too much to that. But that's okay, I've got plenty of stone on this island, so I can make all kinds of sharpening stones. That way I can repair my items. You can see the green bar under the wand there. That is the durability. Once it gets down to being completely empty, then you'll notice that the effectiveness of the weapon goes down to almost nothing. You might as well just be using your bare hand at that point to... Really? Come on. Hit the tree. You know you want to. Alright, fine. Hit this tree. Really? Alrighty then. There we go. I don't know why it wouldn't do that. I'm right next to it. Is this tree not here? Okay, I guess that's maybe a new glitch that they've introduced since that patch, but that's okay. We shall persevere. So it always gives you, on the opening level, you always end up with a single portal, which you can see up there, a mine of sorts, which you saw me get the chest out of, and then we have, let's see, am I too far away from it? You can just kind of see it in the distance there. It looks something like a castle. We always get a castle thing with a sort of dungeon in it. You end up with another chest or two down there, and sometimes some extra resources. And then you get these super, super tough stones that if you don't have any kind of a iron weapon, they just take forever to... wait, is that these? No, it's not these. Okay, those are just bricks, I think. So those aren't the tough ones. There are some super tough bricks that... let's see. Yeah, these right here underneath the portal, these things are just super stupid tough. So it takes quite a bit of doing to get them up if you have a lower tech digging device, you know, be it your hand, something made of bronze, stone, what have you. It takes quite a while to get those up, but once you do, then you can make yourself a pretty indestructible home, which is pretty nice. I just like the way the bricks look, but that is me. While we're here, let's go ahead and clear out some of our inventory by planting these things. Now, fortunately with this game, as opposed to Minecraft, which is what it's always going to be compared to, just because they were the first, or the most famous anyway. So, let's see, wheat, that over here. There is no hunger mechanic, so you're not going to starve to death. However, you can eat in the game to restore some health if you're if you're in a bad way and you need to get your health restored quickly, you can, or quicker anyway. Yeah, doing that quicker, then you can eat some food that'll help you regenerate faster. Obviously, the healing potions right here do a certain amount right off the bat, and then they have to cool down. Let's see. Some more seeds here because I didn't even check to see what they were. They're probably not this, and I'm mixing and matching, and my OCD is going to kill me later, but, that's okay. I'll deal with it. Anyway, so one of the things that you start out with is always you get this broken down house, and it's, that smile. Oh, man, that's fantastic. I love that. So you get the starts of a house here, so you can go ahead and do that with this bench. It's broken, so you can upgrade it. Now what it'll do is it'll turn it into a fully functional bench. So now what I can do is I can go in here and I can see what all I can build. So I could do a window frame and start closing up the house, which might not be a bad idea because the enemies can come right into your house, and if you're not paying attention, if you happen to go AFK while you're sitting there and the comes nighttime and they come into your house, then yeah, they could easily kill you while you're gone. Which is somewhat funny, somewhat not, but we'll just keep that. So copper, we're not going to get that for a while. It's going to be at least, well, I think next island we can get it. Let's see, we don't quite have enough, so I guess we'll just stick this water. So we've got all these ingredients. Let's just go ahead and plant our flag here. Because we got this in early access, we get a founder seal, and that's where we get this cape here, which is quite cool because it has a little glowy, swirly thing in there. It's symbolic of the portals, I suppose. But, yeah, so let's get a little murder stick here and drop it down. Get another, there we go. That's the last one we need. For this one, anyway, we're going to need a whole lot more pieces, but for now, just so, let's see, that's not what I'll do. Go here. Alright, so now we have 2 more blocks. Put that there. Have opened the outgoing path. Be wary of the invading wrath. Okay. Ah, there they are. I was wondering where those guys went. So this is a stone here, and sharpen up our wand, because that totally makes sense. We want our magical implement to be as sharp as possible, because game logic. So, I have done 0 prep to get me ready for this, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. And probably get killed in a horrible, horrible way. And then we'll call it an episode, I think. Let's see where we end up here. It's the first couple of levels are always the same. This one should be a desert island. Has some cactus and agave fruit, and this is where we start getting our copper, which we can start using for different weapons and stuff. But then they get you with the hook where you have to go to the next area in order to get coal so that you can put it in your furnace so that you can smelt it into the copper bars so that you can make even more sophisticated items. But the progression in this game is actually really well done. It doesn't feel overly difficult, well, in most cases anyway. So we've got this wonderful desert aspect here. Got these little shrines made of that super tough stone that I was telling you about, and they usually under each of these shrines you will find a torch, a little room with a torch, a treasure chest, maybe some pots, and in all of that you get some items. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and dig down a bit. Show you that. It's a nice little, kind of an Easter egg thing, I guess. Well, there's usually a torch. Okay, so okay, so apparently I lied. Maybe it's not every one, it's most of them. How do I get out of here? Alright, so dig our way out with a block of metal. Jump up here. Anyway, I really enjoy what they're doing with the aesthetic and how they're not going with just really crap graphics and call it try and call it something okay then. I had only thought to make some torches. Let's see if I have stuff to do that. So, okay, not wood, but at least we have some torches. Alright. There we go. So now we can see. It's America! Anyway, you can see how the resources there are just neatly... Uh-oh, that can be bad. Ah, Mr. Skeleton. Yeah, he doesn't tend to like you too much. But you can clearly see the resources, and that's one thing that I really like. Where you know, again, I'm going to make the comparison to Minecraft just because that's the inevitable comparison. But with Minecraft, if you're not paying attention, it's kind of easy to miss some of the resources, depending on what kind of texture pack you have going, or if you don't. However, with this, it's very difficult to miss it in any way because it sticks out from the wall or the floor, and yeah, it's very obvious and just leads you right to it. Some might argue that that's a bit of a dumbing down so that you can find it easier, but I just personally like the aesthetic, but that's me. One thing you'll learn about me over time is that you know, I'm pretty easily entertained. So there's lots of things that I really enjoy, like really awful movies that everybody else hates. I think they're fantastic, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of watching them. One of my one movie that I really like that people just kind of look at me, and it's It's a movie called Planet of the Vampires. It's from the 60s. It's just a stupid movie. They go onto a planet and there's fog everywhere, and turns out that the inhabitants of this planet are vampires. But for some reason, they're all wearing these old leather football helmets, and they run around and they overact like crazy, and it's so bad. It's just amazing. I love movies like that. If it's so bad it's good, I really enjoy it. Same thing with games. So with that, you can take my taste in games and what I find enjoyable with a huge grain of salt, because I am pretty much a big jerk, a big nerd when it comes to that. Get our way out of here. See what kind of trouble we can get. Oh, hey, that's right where we were. Very cool. Alright, so it's getting daylight now. You can see they put a lot of work into making things look really good, and like I said, this game is really polished for being in early development. It does have almost an entire game. There are lose states, sorta. If you die, then you lose some health and whatnot, but for the most part it's fairly forgiving. So it's kind of got a lose state, kind of not. But the main thing is that even halfway through development like this is, it is already almost a complete game. You get to the very end, defeat the last boss, and it just kind of hangs there, so it's not entirely finished. Where's the shadow coming from? Because that is wicked cool. Anyway, once you get to the end of the game, it just kind of ends. Doesn't really give you any kind of achievement, but it's early access, as I said, and for it to have even that much, having this much of a game, it's just really impressive. So let's see what I can do here. Let's see what trouble I can get into. Maybe I can get killed and show you that. Because this guy's gonna hurt. Oh yeah. Roll. Roll again. Oh, come on, roll. Take him down. Forgot these guys are running when they get low health. So maybe I'll kill him, maybe I won't. Ah, there we go. Got him. Alright, so we'll do this. We'll go after another one because those guys hurt when they get up close. Let's see if I can get him this way. Of annoyance. We'll come up with drop recipes. And I'm dead. So, with that, you see I lost a little bit of durability off my wand, which I think was already happening, but I think it did a little bit more. I start with maybe 40% of my hit points and about 30% of my mana, which isn't the worst of things, I suppose, but because it does regenerate fairly quickly. If you go around just killing stuff, they drop hearts and mana and whatnot. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and call it here. This is Portal Knights. I'm debating on whether I'm going to do any kind of a Let's Play on it because, it's everybody else has done it. I'm sure you've seen other YouTubers do it. And when it gets to the boring parts, if you're just digging around, I don't know that that's in any way compelling to sit there and watch me dig away and run out of things to say, and eventually it's just pickaxe TV, and that is boring. So I don't know. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do anything more about this, but for right now, this is kind of a snapshot of the game in this time. I really need to get some armor. No, go away. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave any comments that you have. Tell me how terrible I am, how boring I am. Those kinds of wonderful things, because I would very much like to hear what you have to say. Any criticisms that you've got. And, try and make this a better experience for everybody, myself included. Alrighty guys, thanks so much for watching and listening. I will see you next time.